Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Let me know what the volume is like. Let me know if the volume is too loud, if it's just right. Let me know. Hope everyone is doing well this morning. What's up, Jay, Mark, Scott, Leo, MP, Queen? Good morning, team. Hope y'all are doing okay. Yeah, my son's okay, I think. We think he's okay. It's tough because he has really bad allergies, and it's been raining a lot here in Texas. So, throwing up all that pollen. And so, he's run fevers before just from allergies alone. And so, it's tough to really tell, but considering everything that's going on, we had to be safe, you know. What's up, Joseph? What's up, man? Alright. We can take a look at some stuff here. The SPY is down yesterday. Down big yesterday. Oh yeah, let's do what Mitch talked about and make the charts much bigger. Like that. Alright, that should allow me to make them much bigger. Yeah. If that works much better. I think that probably will. Yeah. That way the charts are noticeably bigger. That's probably much better. That way y'all can see like the full chart. But yeah, this is the market. I actually like this way better too, because it gives me way more room, honestly. Like, it gives me way more room to see what's actually going on. There we go. That should be just about right. But yeah, this is the market right now. Down big. Yesterday we tried to rebound, it looks like, but we didn't. We popped up, pulled back a little bit. I ended yesterday down. I was down slightly, and then I just stopped trading. What's up, Javier? What's up, brother? Nice. There's a few songs I've had stuck in my head, and so don't get mad if I play them twice. One of them is this first one. I mean, if you mention competing channels in here, you'll get put in timeout and then banned if you keep doing it. So just a heads up. Glad he had a good call on a CST though. Alright guys, but yeah, it should be a fun day. Let's take a look at the gappers here. This is the market. We got DPW, which is actually a crypto stock, gapping up from 70 cents all the way up to $1.03. I can look up the catalyst behind this one and we can start looking up some of these moves. Alright, so apparently DPW had a $1.3 million order. Yeah, apparently DPW had a $1.3 million order. I'll go ahead and read this, and this is from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, quote, DPW Holdings Incorporated shares were up after the company said its digital power subsidiary received an initial $1.28 million order to provide comprehensive electrical and electronic systems for powering an onboard radio and other classified instruments installed and operated in customized military multi-mission vehicles. So a big $1.3 million order for DPW, which from what I remember is a crypto stock. I vaguely remember what this one is. I feel like it's a crypto stock, but I might be wrong. But yeah, we'll take a look at this one. We got QUMU as well, gapping up some here from 160s to 221. I got a release that came out yesterday that said the use of QMU cloud spikes as enterprises transition to video communication in response to COVID-19 restrictions. I'll go ahead and read this, and this is from Business Wire. And it says, usage of the leading video platform is up more than 30 times in peak times as organizations rush to replace in-person, internal, and external communication with video. The leading provider of enterprise video as a service, which is EVAAS tech for the intelligent enterprise, revealed that the use of its cloud-based enterprise video solution is up over 30 times from normal levels during peak business hours. This increased usage is a result of the company's global 2,000 customer base mobilizing to support thousands, and in many cases tens of thousands of concurrent video users as they operate under travel restrictions and mandatory work-at-home policies. So yeah, this is a streaming service that is benefiting from people staying at home, basically, for QUMO. It's up from 166 to 221. We also have CEMI here. CEMI gapping up from 512 to 675. So yeah, this is Kimbio. This is Kimbio. Kimbio shares are up 46% to 750 pre-market. As the company, it's not still at 750. Maybe it broke that, but it's at 675 right now. After the company, and this is all quoting again from Dow Jones Newswires. After the company reported the U.S. launch of the rapid DPP COVID-19 serological point-of-care test for the detection of IgM and IgG antibodies, the diagnostic company said their results can be obtained within 15 minutes from a simple finger prick, utilizing Kimbio's Microreader 1 and 2 analyzers, which are produced by Kimbio Germany. So yeah, apparently they've got a coronavirus test that will tell you the results in 15 minutes, and CEMI is up because of that. And aside from that, I mean, we got Corona stocks up like NVAX, APT. They're just benefiting from the coronavirus move. We got BP Oil, which is up from 24.30s to 25.11 here. We can look at BP real quick, I guess. Alright, so yeah, so apparently YouTube is screwing up again because it's telling me I've only been streaming for 16 minutes. And I started streaming, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. Yeah, and then we got a gap downs, but yeah, I could look up BP real quick. It says BP stock falls, but it's not down, it's up. Where are they getting their news from? Whoever put this article out is actually just wrong. They said BP's down. I don't think any point in pre-market today was BP down. It wasn't. Weird. I mean, maybe down from pre-market levels, but overall the extended hours gap is up. Why does it say it's down? Alright, so a few BP offshore rig workers have tested positive for COVID-19. That's a scary thing. So yeah, a few BP offshore rig workers did test positive for COVID-19. They also scaled down capital spending. But I don't see any calls for this gap up. Maybe it's just up. Let me see what oil itself is doing. Oil's down. It's weird. I have to figure out why BP is up. Again, we got Alpha Pro Tech, which is just a medical mask company. Blue Apron, about break even. SGBX. Then we got some big gap downs here. Big gap downs here. Let's see why. Oh, that depends, Navtech. It's really not that simple, Navtech, unfortunately. There's a lot of different nuances that come into play with how much you're going to get paid for it. Mostly you got to look at the gamma, theta, all that weird stuff that I don't know about. But yeah, SGBX, let me look up why this is down. Alright, SG Block, which is SGBX, blocks prices 440,000 offerings at $4.25 a share. So it looks like this is an offering, actually. They ran the price up. Okay, so they priced a public offering of 440,000 common shares at a discount. So basically, they pumped up their stock and then threw that offering out there. And, yeah. That's what's going on. It's a $440,000 or 440,000 share common stock offering at $4.25 a share for SGBX. We'll see what happens. VVUS. Somebody was talking about this one yesterday. This stock is up yesterday after it had an accelerated telemedicine launch, and it looks like it's just down with the overall market after that. We'll see. It's at 266 now. It closed at 360 or so. Aside from that, I mean, AMD, MU, Tron, CGC, everything else is down, just following the overall market because the market dropped pretty big overnight. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about all the different things. I got like gamma, beta, theta, paper, whatever it is, I don't know. SPY. Alright, let's look at the overall market. Let me check out the sound here. Okay, well, it doesn't look like I'm showing up like I usually do. Okay, actually I am good. Everything else is down, just following the overall market because the market dropped pretty big overnight. Alright, so that should be a little bit better. I turned the music down a tad bit. But yeah, we can look at the overall market now. Market is gapping down from 257.70s to 249.12. So yeah, we can look at the overall market news. There's a lot of different catalysts and sources that I can use for this. What's up, Hero? What's up, brother? Welcome in. Alright, so yeah, so I'm gonna wait, I guess, for some more releases to come out here, but we got ADP says March report utilized data through March 12th. Does not reflect full impact of coronavirus on overall employment situation. USA ADP non-farm employment change from March 27th. Prior was 27K versus 150K estimate with a prior of 183K. Trump said a quote that said, "Very, very painful 2 weeks ahead. Trump expects 100,000 to 240,000 coronavirus fatalities." He also described new 30-day social distancing guidelines, which include avoid discretionary travel, not visiting nursing and retirement homes and long-term care facilities, and using good hygiene. So it's a crazy time, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy time. What's up, Nashin? Institution, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, here's the SPY, which is down big. Down big. Yeah, man, scary. Honestly, it's a scary economy right now, brother. It's a scary economy. It is what it is, you know. It's a tough situation, man. Like, and I hope we're all right. Like, I hope we do well. I'm just staying home. I haven't left my house in weeks, you know. And so, you know, it's not that bad for me, but I haven't left in weeks, you know. But yeah, market is down. We'll see what we get today. It's an interesting day. Let me see if I can find some overall market news. The Fed's Bullard also said the fourth quarter should be boom quarter for the economy. Which, if this thing starts to clear up, then maybe so. I'm gonna go over some futures news, and I might go over another release about news a little bit later on. But for now, we have U.S. stocks, and this is all from MT Newswires. It says, quote, U.S. stocks were set for another dismal performance Wednesday after U.S. President Donald Trump warned of a, quote, a very, very painful 2 weeks to come as the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic wreaks havoc across the country. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures all fell about 3%. Late Tuesday, the White House released new projections that the death toll in the country could range from 100 to 240,000, even if the current social distancing guidelines are maintained. Oil prices are mixed, with global benchmark Brent crude up 11.7% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude up 0.3% after industry showed a sharp jump in U.S. crude stockpiles. At 8:15 a.m., data is expected to show a 180,000 contraction in automated data processing Incorporated's private payroll estimate for the month of March, following a 183,000 gain in the previous month, according to Econoday. At 9:45 a.m., the March flash for the Purchasing Managers Manufacturing Index is seen coming in at 48.4 versus 50.7 in the previous reading. At 10 a.m., the manufacturing index based on the Institute for Supply Management survey is expected to come in at 44 for the month of March versus 50.1 in the previous month. Forecasters see construction spending edging at 0.6% higher in February versus a 1.8% gain in the previous month. So yeah, we'll see what we get today. In equities, it says shares of Mallinckrodt, which is M&K, is up. I think this one's tradable for us too, but yeah, this one's gapping up from 190 to 222. The company said it received clearance from Health Canada to start the pilot trial of high-dose inhaled nitric oxide therapy for COVID-19 infection. Yeah, I hope your wife's okay, brother. Yeah, market may halt. Let's look at where we got to drop, okay? We could use the S&P to determine this, okay? So here's the S&P 500. If we really document these levels here, we delete this and we document where we're at now. Let's see the previous closing price. Let me just add that real quick. All right, so there's the previous close. It's at 257.70s. All right, and so in order for the market to get halted, the S&P 500 has got to drop. Let's see, look, it closed at here at 2584.68. All right, and so let's do the math real quick. I'm not going to do this in my head because I'm not well hunting, but let's do the math real quick. So it's 2584.59. All right, so this is where the market closed yesterday. If we look at 7%, because a 7% drop is where we're going to get a halt. A 7% would be $180.92. So if we drop $180.92, that should be a 7% drop. Alright, so then we take the number we were at before. We take 2,584 times 59 and subtract 180 and 92 cents. And what we get is if the market drops to 2,403 and 67 cents, that's 7%. That's where we're going to get our first halt. If the stock market does get halted today, that's the level it's going to get halted at. Okay, so again, if we get to this, we're at 25.84 now. If we get to 24.03, market should get halted. Now, we could even look a little bit deeper into that and look at the SPY and see how much it has dropped in pre-market to see maybe how much it's going to influence that. And so again, I'm gonna document this level in the S&P actually. So this level is 2403.67. So this level is way down here. So in order for us to get halted, we got to drop here. Let's remove this. Actually, in order for us to get halted, what was it? 2403.67. Like, we gotta drop right around here. It's not perfect, but right around here is the halted level. We hit this level down here, we're halted in the overall market. Now again, we can look at the S&P 500 and see how much it has dropped relative to its previous closing price here. And if we do that, we can see 257.75 is the previous close. If we look at 7% of that, that's $18.04. And so if we take 257.75, wait, what did I say? Damn, I forgot it. Okay, wait, it's 257.75. We take 7% of that, and we get $18.04. Okay, that's easy to remember. 18 and 4. And then we take 257.75 minus 18 and 4 cents. And a 7% drop in the SPY itself is at 239.71. That is a 7% drop. 239.71. So a 7% drop would be here. And so this would be a 7% drop in the SPY itself. And so those are the levels, team. We're about halfway there. You want to see, we're about halfway there. So we drop another, I don't know, 3.5%, and we're going to hit that halted level in the market. I don't know if we're going to do that today, but that's the levels to watch. He's good. Not 180, just 8. Yeah, because 8 is surely 7% of like 2,400, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, think about it, dude. You think 8 is 7%? You know? You think, I don't know how many times 8 goes in. I know 8 probably, how many times do you think 8 goes into 2,400? You think it's over? You think it's over 12? You know, because if you do, you're wrong. You know? Not that it's not over 12, but if that means that your $8 mark is wrong. And so yeah. Point is, $2,400. Its 7% is 180. It's not 8. 8 would be, I don't know. 8 would be a much larger, a much smaller percentage of 2,400. You know. Yeah, and it might happen, Isaac. Like I said, I don't know if it will, but it might. You know, these aren't unreasonable levels here. With the addedly, I don't think that matters that much. With how big the range is, I don't think it matters. I think if it gets anywhere close to that, it's going to hit. Market's going to get halted. Whether it's at 69 or 71 is, insignificant, I think. I just know it's right around here, and it's going to be right around here on the S&P 500. Okay, good. Yeah, I was going to say 8-man is way off, But yeah, here's the S&P. Here's the halted level. But yeah, here's the halt level. Here's the closing price of the market. And this is the one that they're really using here. The SPY, it doesn't really matter where it breaks, because the one they're really using is the S&P 500. And so they're going to use this to determine when the market gets halted over everything else. If this drops 7% from the previous closing price, then it's going to get halted. Yeah, I do, man. I do, Sean. My point is that 8 is not 7% of 2,400. That's way off. See, no, I was right with my math. My math was spot on. 8 goes into 100 12.5 times. So if I said if you think 8 goes into 100 over 12 times, then 7% can't possibly be 8. That was my entire point. And my math was actually really right. And I didn't even use a calculator. Like, I was actually exactly right with how many times 8 goes into 100. And so my math was actually spot on without a calculator. I don't know if anybody understands what I was trying to do, or like what I was trying to say, but this is what I was trying to say. If you divide 100 by 8, that would 8 goes into 100 over 12 times, and so by that logic, that's over 10%. It can't possibly be 8. 8 can't possibly be 7% of 2,400. That doesn't make sense. Just to restate what I was trying to say, like the point I was trying to get across. Oh, for saving time, yeah, you're probably right. There's probably a better way to do this, honestly, with Thinkorswim. You're probably right. My bad, Adley. You're actually probably right. There's probably a faster way. CCL. I'm looking at a meme that Zernan posted. He's making fun of, he's making fun of China. And the meme goes, it's somebody like getting on to somebody. 0 new cases at this stage in the pandemic in the virus's origin country in a notoriously densely populated region. 0 new cases, and it has China going, yes. Which is just nonsense. Like, it's an issue with this type of leadership, which is just, they're going to lie as much as they can because they don't want this to be blamed on them in history. In the history of the world, they don't want themselves to be to blame for the coronavirus's impact on the world. And so they're going to say, oh, no, it's cleared up. We're fine. We're handling this great. We have 0 new cases, which is just nonsense. Obviously, that's wrong. Like I said, they're just saying whatever they can to try to save face, I think, at this point. It is what it is, though. Yeah, my kids are good, Isaac. They're fine, man. My son, he ran a fever of 99.4 first, which freaked us out. We gave him a regular a rectal thermometer, and it was 98.9, which is kind of like, it's higher than I would want it to be, but he seemed fine. I asked him how he felt. He seemed like he said he felt okay. I went up there early this morning and checked on him. He's okay. I don't think he's sick. I think if he was running a fever, it's probably just from allergies because it's been raining a lot here, throwing up some of that pollen is what I really think it is. Yeah, I talked about it earlier, Isaac, but I appreciate it, brother. Oh, you too, Junior. I just saw you, brother. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, he's okay. It's just scary. Anytime technically, low 99s is not a fever, right? So it's technically not a fever. And so, but with the coronavirus going on, it kind of scared us. And so it was a scary thing for sure. But I think he's okay. He said he's feeling fine, and he hasn't been running a fever the last 24 hours. So I'm thinking he's all right. At least I hope he is. Yeah, well, the Spanish flu was actually started in Kansas. So the Spanish flu was actually a United States flu. That's why I'm not trying to be like self-righteous and be like China's bad. I'm just saying China needs to be honest right now about the actual numbers so we can come up with the best plan to actually fight it. If China's like, we didn't start it, but it obviously started there, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't get any new cases, which is obviously nonsense, and they're lying just to save face from it, that's the issue I have. We got to be honest about the statistics right now. As much as it makes us look bad, as much as it sucks, you got to be real about it. And, people can't let their hate for the U.S. cause people to, ignore facts in this case. That's the issue. And the reality is that this thing obviously started in China. If you look at the heart in the center of where this thing started, it obviously started in China. It worked its way over, eventually hit Italy, probably the worst after that, because they're also overseas, and then eventually it got its way here, and it's hitting us bad. But it obviously originated in China, and them saying that they had 0 new cases overnight is just total nonsense. It's just total nonsense. Like I said, they just don't want to be like I said, it's the issue that you get with governments like that, which is just they're going to say whatever they can to look better, regardless of whether it's the truth or not, unfortunately. And it is what it is. Yeah, CCL ripping up here. I'm surprised people want to go on a cruise line, but if you want to go on a cruise, now's the time to buy. You know what I mean? Now's the time to buy. Alright, so I got a few catalysts that came out yesterday. One of them is that CCL rose over 4% on Tuesday after the cruise liner, and this is all quoting from MT Newswires, reported prelim first quarter revenue exceeding Wall Street expectations, generating $4.8 billion in revenue for the first 3 months ending in February 29th, which is up from $4.7 billion during the same quarter last year, and beating the Capital IQ consensus expecting $4.63 billion for the quarter. So yeah, they reported prelim first quarter results that were positive for the most part. One year China had 3 deaths from the flu. I think it's like 20,000, 25,000 Netron or so. Yeah, I'm not buying CCL. I'm not buying any of that. But yeah. Yeah, he's good, Carmelo. I appreciate it. He's okay. I've heard the actual estimate for the amount of people that died was above 40,000 in China. From people actually in China. I mean, that's very possible. Like I said, with the communist government, they're gonna lie to make themselves look good because the way it works is like their whole thing is to maintain power, right? And they're already having riots and like pro-democracy riots in China from people rebelling against the communist government. And so when you get that, you get a government that needs to save face any chance they can, that is not going to be honest about what's actually going down because they don't want themselves to look bad and thus lose power. And and so they don't want to risk that, and so they are going to alter the numbers to make themselves look better any chance they get. And at least that's how it's been historically as well. I'm not saying the US is much better, but I'm saying you got to look at it for what it is and understand, like, it's a communist government. That's kind of, it is what it is. That's how it goes, Hey, I appreciate the sub. Yeah, no, but here's the problem, though, is that everybody knows the cure. Everybody thinks they already had it. I'll tell you this, the flu was nasty this year, man. The flu was rough. You guys saw me. I had the flu. I tested positive for flu type A. And so I think a lot of people actually had the flu this year, and they think it was the coronavirus. And so they think they're good. They think they're chill, and that they're not going to get sick. Yeah, the problem is like, I had the flu this year, and the flu was nasty, man. It was no joke. It was no fun. It sucked. I ran a high fever. I felt terrible for a week or so, and in the end, the flu was tough this year, man. It was no joke. It was no joke at all. And like I said, I think everybody's coming up with how to cure the coronavirus, but nobody really knows. Most people are just taking random stuff they see on the internet. You know what I mean? Nobody really knows. I saw a dude yesterday that said heat killed the virus. I saw a dude yesterday that said heat killed the virus. We got other people that are saying iodine kills the virus, zinc kills the virus. We got people saying everything else. Like, it's just, you never really know, and this is kind of what happens. Like, you never really know. Like I said, people are saying heat, iodine, zinc. Like, you gotta.
I've been doing my own treatment, John. THC and CBD.
Right. Hey, if it's CBD, I'm never gonna catch it. If that's a treatment, if it's CBD, I ain't never gonna catch it. I went to the store the other day and bought like $100 worth of CBD, and I'm just sitting there at nighttime. My kids stress me out. I'm just eating a gummy bear and just going to sleep, man.
Gotta take it easy, man. Right. Gotta take it easy, right?
And the best part is it's legal here in Texas, man. It doesn't cause it doesn't cause physical dependence, and everybody crying about it needs to go somewhere.
Hey, man. I like my sleep. I don't know about you. I can't blame you for it.
Yeah. I didn't get a flu shot because, listen, and I'm not anti-vaccine here. Like, I get vaccines, and my kids have vaccines. So don't think I'm anti-vaccine. I just think the flu shot is a little iffy. Not that I don't think it hurts you. I just don't think it's very effective most of the time against the flu. And to show you why, this was the first time I've had the flu in the last decade. I haven't had the flu in 10 years. And I have not gotten a flu shot in 10 years either. And they say the average amount of times people catch the flu is once every 5 years. And so on that, I am 50% below average in that regard, and I don't get the flu shot. Like I said, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, the flu shot is hurting you. Vaccines are bad. I'm not like that. But I also don't think the flu shot's super effective.
The flu.
Right.
The flu will get you. Nah, man, but who knows? Maybe you already went through the COVID.
Maybe, man. I mean, I had the flu. I had the actual flu, though, and I tested positive for flu A, so.
Yeah, who knows, man? I'm at the point where I really don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to tell,
Because the amount of people that you hear that had similar symptoms in December and January is really high.
Yeah, for sure.
Very similar symptoms. Cold chills, high fevers, dry coughs, literally the exact symptoms I had in December.
Right. But here's the thing, though. And this is what I was saying earlier. I had the flu a month or two ago, and it was those same symptoms, man. It was low-grade fever. It was a cough, a nasty cough. You know, they thought I had pneumonia. It was a bunch of stuff just like that. Body aches, felt like I got hit by a bus for like a solid 3 or 4 days. And so, but I tested positive for flu A. And so, like I was saying, the flu's nasty this year, guys. The flu's nasty. I think a lot of people might think they had corona, but they actually had the flu because it's going around and it's nasty, man.
I hope so, John. I hope it was just the flu. Because it would just, to me, I don't want it to think that this has been around for longer, just because the numbers would be higher. But, you know, we got to see where it goes to, really.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we'll find out, but we're going to find out late, you know? No one's trying to find origin right now. They're just trying to find infections and save lives. So I think in the long run we'll find out what happened really with that. That's really my it's like a later concern. It's not even a concern right now. It's just more along, hey, maybe, because this is my thing, if we could put out an antibody test, then we could get the economy working again. Because if you've already been susceptible, or you've already gone through the coronavirus and built up some antibodies, you could at least have a fighting chance in going back to work and just trying to take care of yourself.
Right. They need to come up with something that'll tell you if you've already had it.
Yeah, they already have it, but the problem is they won't give it to you. I already asked for it.
Well, they're too you know.
I mean, I literally asked for it.
They're too in demand.
You can't get it. You can't get it. There's no one will give it to you. The reason why is it's too expensive, and doctors don't really have access to it right now.
Yeah, it's too in demand. They don't even have enough for people that are actively showing symptoms, and so it's going to be tough to get one.
It's only for healthcare workers right now because it's the fastest test. They're not even using it on patients, from what I heard. They're only using that test on healthcare. And why? Because, I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, we need a fast test for the healthcare workers.
Right.
They need to know in 15 minutes. They don't want to know 3 days later, hey, I've been walking around with corona, you know.
Right. Exactly. But even like Relentless said his brother got tested for the coronavirus. Turned out it was just the flu. And the flu's nasty this year, man. I'm telling you, I had it. You guys saw me. I streamed. That's dedication right there. I streamed every day I had the flu. And at first I didn't know what it was. I was like, man, this sucks. Whatever. I feel like death. And then I got tested 5 days later.
Yeah, I'm not sure, though, because I got to the point, there hasn't been many sicknesses in my life that I felt like I couldn't trade off of. I got to that point.
Yeah. Well, that was me with the flu.
Yeah, I couldn't even get to the computer. And I know that, you know, it takes a lot for me not to be able to get to the computer.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like, here's the thing. So, and I just, people got to be careful because it's like, I think a lot of people are like, they are kind of analyzing how often they got sick this past year, and they're looking at every instance that they got sick, and like I said, I think people want to pin it on the coronavirus, and I'm not even talking about you, Mitch. I'm just saying, no. I think people want to pin it on the coronavirus because that will mean that they have some type of immunity now, and that they don't have to worry about it, which is a pretty pleasant thought at this point, honestly. But like I said, I just think people got to be careful because it might be the flu. Only the rich are getting tested. Yeah, man, all the celebrities are getting tested. Celebrities that aren't even showing symptoms. How are they getting tests? That's what I want to know.
Yo, Eric, what state are you in? Because I would order it.
Yeah.
No lie, I would order it because it would just prove a lot to not that I want to prove the theory, but more along, it gives me some kind of confidence, like you said, and then also could really start to really figure out what's the truth behind this virus and the origin. I personally don't think it started in one specific place. I think it just mutated. That's just my thing. It's been around everywhere. It just mutated and then got deadly.
Yeah, well, the coronavirus is just the COVID-19 is just a new version of the coronavirus anyway, just a mutated version. That's what the N stands for, is new, which,
Exactly.
yeah, and so that's plausible. Like I said, it stands for new, and the reason it's actually so deadly is because it comes from animals, and we don't have that immunity to it because it comes from animals. This one came from an animal, went over, mutated to be able to affect humans, and then humans don't have the immunity defense for it, and so that's why it sucks.
All right, let's jump off the corona for a little bit. Let's jump to some stocks here, see what we got for the day. Of course, what's looking bad? The same ones: the cruise lines, the airlines, the car rentals, looking horrible. Upside stocks are starting to even look weak. The tech stocks, AMD, MU,
Yeah, man.
they really showed weakness yesterday to the close. And I think that's what you need to pay attention. These are the stocks that have been holding up the market, the tech stocks. Why? Because they bounce so fast when they drop. Some of these didn't even drop that much. So I'm going to be watching that sector to see if it can drop. Today, that is actually one of the worst sectors. I can tell you right now, it's down 1%. The worst sector down 3%, which is utilities. And the only one really green is energy. That's the only sector that's actually green. Everything else is in the red right now. Just to give you guys a hint, I mean, hey, that's the way I've been leaning. Yesterday, I talked about how the resistance of the SPY was going to continue holding, and that's kind of what we got. And you saw the bears start coming in. Now, yesterday was kind of still, it was a red day, but I think it was kind of in between day. It was in the middle day, a consolidation day for the SPY. So we've had essentially 4 green days, 1 red day, and 1 break-even day. So I'm looking for the big red day to when is it going to come? When are we going to get that drop? Plus side stocks have been making moves like medical care supply, like OMI yesterday making a breakout to 970. Was able to catch that later on in the day when I came back from lunch, made some money back. But another one to watch with this one is APT. They run very similar. They were running the same yesterday. I'm actually going to be looking for these to fade today, and then they could go green. But I'll look for an immediate fade out the open in these.
Yeah,
right.
like I said real quick in chat. My bad, Mitch. I was just going to say, like I said in chat, what do you think novel means? He said novel means, or he said N stands for novel. Think about what you think novel means. Go ahead, Mitch.
No stress. Just getting through here. So we got that and the healthcare on the plus side. Financials really being held down too. That's down 2%, and real estate down 2%. So JPM you can expect down. Look at this one. This one definitely struggling. I remember when JPM was up here at 140s. You guys see all these lines that I have drawn up here. I always thought that the banks were getting way too big, and I kept trying to draw the top resistance on these. Never shorted them really, but definitely felt that, man, these were getting extended, and boy did they drop. They went from 140 all the way down to the low was 76.91. And so I'm going to be looking for these to kind of drop back down to 80 at least. When these go down, I do think these are going to drop back down to at least that 80 mark, and then keep going down if it can break through it. So the financials really looking weak. News-wise, let's see if there's anything I can give you guys. I have a couple news. Hewlett Packard and Xerox XRX, which is Xerox, and Hewlett Packard HP. Today, Hewlett Packard came out with news that they will not go ahead with the $30 billion hostile takeover bid for HP. They're pulling back their bid on HP. The reason why, of course, the coronavirus. They don't want to put themselves more at risk They were going to buy this stock for a hefty premium. And now that it's so low, they realize, whoa. What were we doing? We could have bought this stock massively for a huge premium, and they could have been stuck in the stock. So I think they pulled back their view, and I think it's actually going to help Xerox in the long run. A lot of times when we get these buyouts, the company that buys goes down, and the company that gets bought up goes up. Why that is because of dilution. So I'll be looking to see if XRX can actually come back up today. Other than that, Peloton. Remember I told you I felt Peloton was really starting to get hot?
Yep.
News is starting to support it now. News coming out, an article here by Benzinga. Analysts favor Peloton as a stay-at-home customers take to home workouts. Everyone's staying at home. So if you have a Peloton, this is probably going to be the time that you're going to use it the most. Yeah. Another thing that they have is they have a 90-day trial service. Just to put that out there, guys, if you guys want to try out something, I have no affiliation with this, but if you guys want to work out at home, they have a 90-day trial just for their service, just for their workout service. You don't need to have the bike. They have yoga, I think, on there, different kind of exercises and stuff like that. So I think this is really helping out. The time being home is being pushed in the right ways. So,
right.
Yeah. If you think about it, there's a lot of fitness people that can't go to the gym right now.
Honestly, man, yeah, I've been to the gym at least once a week every month for the last few years, man, and it's I can't go. I hate it on Peloton, but I wish I had one right now because that actually sounds cool. I hate it on them.
I would hop on a bike and go up a mountain right now.
Right, 100%, man. I wish I could, and in the end, it's just a bike with a TV strapped to it. But I'd kind of want one right now. I'd take one.
Well, another stock doing really well, guys, in these times is Chewy. Look at Chewy's chart. Look at this chart take off. Why this chart took off? Why? Because subscription model, guys. One of the things about Chewy is that they have this auto shipping that they try to do. And in times like this in crisis, what ended up happening is people are overbuying the dog food and they're looking for dog food delivery now. They're not going to go to the pet store. They're not going to go to the grocery store to get their dog food. They're getting it delivered by Chewy. I can't tell you this enough because I've gone through the Amazon box where the Amazon boxes are, and they're so full that the Amazon hub can't even put the things into the hub. They're just leaving boxes on the outside. And I can tell you at least probably 40% of those boxes are Chewy boxes. So
why would I use Peloton instead of free services? I think because Peloton's bike actually tracks with your movement, right? So it's if you pedal faster, your bike on the screen will go faster. If you slow down, your bike on the screen will slow down. Is that right?
Yeah, it's an experience thing. Why would you go to Peloton? Because it has the experience of being with thousands of others, working out with others. That's also the biggest thing of Peloton, is that it's not just necessarily you testing yourself, it's you testing against others. And that's what really gets Peloton customers. It's a competition game. I can't tell you how much people are so competitive, but people like competition. And if you tell me I'm going to be John over there on the Peloton right now, I think me and John would be having morning competition.
Dude, I'd be racing like crazy, man. Honestly, you know what they need to do? You know what they really need to do, bro? They need to put VR headsets on that thing, dude. That would be actually way cooler.
I've been thinking.
Right. Yeah. Throw VR headsets on that thing and go wherever you want, man. You're in there. Because having the screen's cool, but throw a VR headset on me. I'm doing that thing every day, man, and I'm going to enjoy doing it. It's going to be an experience for sure. That's the way to do it.
You sound like me trying to buy the tech stocks.
Right. Hey, I'm down, man.
That's what I'm thinking. Hey, guys, SPY heading down, guys. SPY heading down there. It tried to hold the 250s, and now it's starting to head down, guys. I'm starting to see that down move. Really, really trying to hold those 250s. All right, guys. So let me at least show you guys what I have drawn for the SPY right quick before John. John, you can even speak about get ready to speak about the overall market.
Okay. Gotcha.
So my biggest thing for the SPY is if you look at it on an hourly, I think is really the best chart right now. Why? Because daily doesn't give you enough candles, and then 15 minutes, there's been traps even on the 15-minute chart, but the hourly, that looks a lot easier to read, guys. So we first started with this big down gap, right? Back on the 12th. Then we started, pushing up. We created a resistance at 2070, which was the prior support. Then we came down and we made a support at 240s. Did a little bounce, came back down, made a further support down here, 230s and 220s. That's when we started really reversing, right? So we went all the way up here to this trend line here from this red wick. And we could start creating this trend line here. We got another touch here at 62.96. And then yesterday, it really tried to get over those levels. You can see right here, it was trying to get over these levels right here, and it really couldn't. Once it rejected those levels multiple times is when we really saw the crack, which was that crack of 260 right near the close yesterday. When that cracked, I think it's so vital if it can get back to 260. Back to 260, I think we go to that 270 up there. But if we do not get back to those 260s, we more than likely are going to at least test this 240. I think from that 240, you can look to see if we get to the 220s.
All right, guys, there's the bell. I'm gonna put all this stuff up. All right, so yeah, the big levels in the SPY and in the overall market are the halt levels. I mean, for the S&P 500, the halt level is, let me see, we are going to be right around 2403, 2404 is the halt level for the S&P 500. For the SPY itself, it's going to be roughly at 239 or so. So we hit those levels, we're going to get halted in the market. Those are the 7% levels. We got AMD dropping, CGC dropping. What else we got?
Square down to almost 30%. Big drop in A and F. I'm going to be looking for a VWAP fade on that one. If it can bounce. Abercrombie.
You want our Discord link? I got you.
Also looking for Urban to come back. Urban is 1390s.
Hey guys, we got 320 people in here. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. There's our Discord if anybody wants to join it. Yeah, I kind of like what Cuban said. He said this is the expert channel. It's where people who have the mental fortitude not to fall for quote expert advice go. Yeah, 100%.
That's literally what we are.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I said. You get some people that just eat it up, man. You know what I mean? It's survival. It's survival of the fittest to a certain extent. You know.
100%. HTZ at that level right now. Just only a 10-cent trade there. That's why I haven't taken it.
Market popping up. Yeah, you can see my account's actually at 242, 120. So I pulled back a little bit, but not much.
Car pulling down there, looking weak. AAL moving way down there really quickly. I'll look for the UAL again. $29 would be the entry here for UAL.
Visual said, I just started trading. I live in Europe. I only have 500 euros. How do I make more? By not trading right now. You want to learn a system, develop a strategy with paper and with a demo account. Don't try to trade. If you trade right now, you're probably certainly going to lose it, just to be honest with you. You're probably going to lose it. I'm not saying if that's a bad thing. If you're okay with losing it, I think trading is actually the best way to gain experience. But in the end, you'll probably lose for a solid 6 months at least. You're going to have a lot of gurus that try to push you and say, I've made $1 million in 2 weeks with $100,000 investment or with $1,000 investment. Buy my course. There's some of them that are okay, but, in the end, you just want to be wary of it. Understand you're probably going to lose as a new trader. It is what it is. It happens. And so that's what you should probably expect.
All right. Clothing coming down here. You can look for KSS or JWN coming for VWAP fades.
Market is in a really tight
KSS.
range. He's all right, Jonathan. I appreciate it, man. He's good. We took his temperature twice. One with like a quick monitor, and it showed 99.4, which made us freak out. And then we took one with an actual normal thermometer, and it showed 98.9.
I missed my entry there for KSS. Looking for it to come back here. We'll see if we get it. The closing are coming down, but not being able to get one by VWAP.
Alright, market's in this range between 248.50 and 247.50, roughly. Market's pulling down again. Roku actually ripping up here. I guess people are staying home more. MU breaking highs here. Looks strong. Yeah, he's good, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's good. I think he's okay, at least,
Huge order, 493 on the bid at 71 for UAL.
I appreciate it, Buzz. Yep. Alright, SPY just ripped up, broke highs here. We just broke high of the day in the overall market. I just jumped at AMD with 200 quick shares. Little small trade. I'm going to see if it holds over the $0.50 and then exit if it can't. But just a little baby trade for now. As the market breaks highs real quick, I could probably take some off if it pushes up anymore and get out pretty small if it doesn't. Market's still pushing.
Take a small risk here off of 860s.
Market's still ramping up big.
Taking a small trade here in OMI. If I get stopped out, it's only going to be about $10, $11, so.
My level 2's
$14 fine. This is just to find out if that was just going to start taking down 50 cents to $1. Space coming back square at VWAP. SPY gonna go test that 250, it looks like.
Alright, I got myself up. I'm trying to keep this up, but it's such a rangy trade. I'm gonna let it work, but hands over the cover button unless we get a big push up. 54s. It's just so swingy.
That's how a lot of stuff are right now.
Yeah. Oof, man, I'm out. Oh my gosh, man, 200 shares on AMD just crashed me down to a $100 loss really quick, man. A huge order must have gone through right there. Let me look. But yeah, that's the biggest loss I've taken in a while from that huge drop, man. Just a crazy drop for AMD. It had a pretty small range too, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit and wait for some really A+ setups because I don't want this to kind of grow. But man, it dropped from 60 cents down to 44. So it dropped 60 cents in like 10-15 seconds. Kind of scared me a little bit. Luckily, my account can handle it, but oof, man. Might have to spend a second to regroup, you know, but oof, man, just a huge drop. So it dropped, yeah, it dropped 60 cents. I only had 200 shares, so just a huge drop. I think I'll probably wait for low of the day breaks if we get them, you know. No, it's not my platform. Visual. Yeah, you can trade with no PDT rule with it once you're approved, at least.
All right, guys, I might take a small share size position here if I see another rejection here on Ross. I'm seeing the retail sector be really weak today, so I might go for that. AAL by VWAP 1120s, risk is the 1130s. UAL also potential there.
Yeah, it's basically no PDT rule and 14K in buying power. It operates like a prop firm, and so there's like a 70-30 split. Like the base package is $399. With that, like you get a course and access to a chat room and a demo account, and then it operates like a prop firm. So there's like a profit split and a max loss. But yeah, the base one gets you 14K to trade with once you're approved.
All right, guys, risking about 50 cents here with 30 shares.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna scale down my sizing after that. Yeah, man, that thing happened fast. That was the biggest drop I've taken in one of my trades in weeks. Just crazy quick drop, unfortunately.
Risking 40 cents here, guys, with 30 shares, so very small entry. The key is if I see a quick reversal here, it's a $2 swing on the reward side. So I'm more than okay with risking 30 cents for a potential $2 reward.
Beginner trading, do you need a designer? I have 5 years of experience. I will do this for the rest of 2020 for you for free. Just some help trading, trying to help my family. What kind of design are you talking about? You talking about web dev? Because if you're talking about web dev, sorry, brother. I'm a programmer, a front-end programmer at that. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Flexbox, React. I know it all, man. So if I needed one, I'd hit you up on that. But you know, unfortunately, I've been designing websites since I was 12, man. You know.
All right, CCL coming up here to VWAP, third touch. NCLH holding in symmetrical triangle. All right, yeah. Good flip there for me, guys. Good flip.
And if you guys want to use the same platform we use, I don't know why the link didn't work last time. Yeah, there's the link right there. Market pushing back up and breaking highs. I don't know if I'm like, you know, I'm a little bit skeptical now. And it's been a long green streak.
Yeah, it's quick momentum moves. You gotta remember, these are quick momentum moves.
Market's testing up a break, pushing up to test highs real quick here. We'll see if it breaks or not.
There you go, guys. Looking good now. Looking really good. I'm looking to add here if I get another little bounce here to 85s. Anything that bounces up there, I'll add probably about half the shares right back. Get 60 shares and then try to knock this down, or 100 shares and try to knock this down. But the $2 potential is still there.
Oh, I mean, I got. You mean like banners, thumbnails? You want to see my skills? I'm still working on my. I'm still working on my stuff. Here, let me get you an actual link.
Omni stopped me out there for 10 cents and then just went down to 50 cents that I thought it was going to do. So that's how it goes sometimes, guys. SPY still holding, testing those 250s.
And then I have this one with beginner trading, but honestly, I started to update it yesterday, and so it's not finished. I gotta fix the homepage a little bit, but those are two I'm working on right now. Like I said, I'm not really finished with either of them, but I'm kind of doing it in my spare time.
All right, just saw a nice flip there. I'm looking at NCLH right now. Nice 3 resistance there. Don't want to see it try over 1050. If it does, it needs to fail immediately at 1057s.
Big pullback in the market again. I got in one more trade. I'm down another $10, but nothing since then.
There you go. It just cracked there. NCLH. I'm looking for a bounce here to VWAP to get short. Just tanking. CCCL. Best fades today.
With the 14K account, can you do unlimited round trips? Yeah, so there's no PDT rule. There is commissions, though, but I mean, it's a no PDT platform. It's not a US regulated one, and so there's going to be commissions. But yeah, you can day trade as much as you want. I think you have to make your money back in a year for what you pay for it, because like I said, it's kind of like a prop firm. But best to reach out to them and ask them.
UAL looking down there. Looking like we're starting to get some more down moves here. I'm looking for a bounce to add in here. Space looking like it's heading down and fake people out here, but gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah, I mean, 92, there's no reason you shouldn't use the CMS, especially, you know what I mean? Like, even programmers can use CMSs. I don't have an issue with it. Like, it's, you know, a lot of the time technology's improved so much where, you know, it all depends on what you're really trying to do. If you need like functionality, you can add like JavaScript to it in a really simple way, and I think that's probably the best move for a lot of traders. But in the end, it just depends on what you're trying to do with it. I'm gonna see if the market continues heading down here, and then I might trade some more. But for now, I'm just waiting.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I already got a logo guy. He's actually working on a logo for my freelance website visual. If you would have hit me up about a month ago, I would have done it through you, brother. But you know, I got a friend that's doing it for me. He did the logo for my channel.
In the push here, guys. Quickly pulled back there.
I will say I feel like your services are crazy affordable from what I looked at. Yeah, and the big thing is like we'll get you a completely finalized and finished website for $700, and that's like a URL, you know. I'll even, you guys know me, I do creative writing as well. I'll even write the pages for you, you know, if you need it. But if you need like business implementation, it's going to be more expensive, obviously. But yeah, we just like most of the time people are charging, especially for a business website, they're charging $3,000-$4,000, you know. Yeah, it's $399 BMW. Here, if you want to check it out, here's the link. Yeah, I got into that one trade on AMD. I haven't traded since then. AMD actually looks like it's flagging a little bit here, but the market's too sideways and choppy. It's pushing up, but it's coming right back down usually. So I'm going to wait for the S&P specifically to break highs here. AMRN. Yeah, AMRN's been a little bit too volatile for me, I think. It is ripping up though, but it's been a little crazy lately.
I have an order out to add slightly above 85 here. The one that I really liked that I didn't go after was NCLH. Those look really good. The cruise lines looked really good today.
You're saying I'm price gouging for a website for $700? I don't know if you know how much websites cost, Joe, but you know, they're way more than $700. Usually, like I said, on average, I would say they're anywhere between 500 and like 5,000. It depends. What? My wallet? It's probably in my shorts from when I last left. If you want to wait, I know my info on it. Okay, if you want to wait. I'll check it out, Visual. Yeah, and y'all go check out my man Visual's page. Y'all need a logo done. Go check out my man Visual Pix's page.
All right, trying to get 1425 here for JWN. Risk right above it to 41s. Looks interesting here, just sitting at VWAP. Closing is going down there. That's why I'm trying to take this one. I got an alert for one stock that I was watching, PODD. Definitely looking down. This is the bear stock, but huge spread. Just be careful.
Right. $5 US. Yeah, if you know how much they cost, you know they average at least 1,000, usually more than that, I would say. And especially, like, you might be able to get a landing page for like $300, but that's usually one page, you know, not 6 or 7. And so, yeah, if you know how much they cost, you know that it's actually super cheap. Yeah, my wife's asking. Hey, I appreciate the subs today, guys. Cool, Tweezy, Mike. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the love. Yeah, my wife's asking for my wallet, you know.
All right, JWN looking really good here, guys. Looks like clothing is coming down here. I missed my entry there for JWN, but it is cracking down on the fade there. So I'm looking for my Ross to hold here and start cracking down. I wanted to take 2 in the retail sector. And definitely it was a decent trade there in JWN at 14.25s. It held it really, really well. And you could have faded it right off of that. Looking for one last bounce here to add in to my Ross position, but if it just cracks at 84s, that's fine.
Oh man, that's hilarious. You guys see the timing of my post, right? Look at my post. I said he's been looking at Fiverr too much. You know what Joe's next message was? Before he knew I said that, Fiverr will build me one for $100. Yeah, man, you gotta love those prediction skills. You gotta love them. You know, Fiverr will build you a terrible landing page for $100. You know. Oh man, you gotta love it. Yeah, if you think an 8-page site isn't breaking a sweat, you've obviously never programmed a thing in your life, brother. So, like I said, keep hating. It's cool. All
right, guys. Omni showing some strength there at the bottom. APT just ripped. Might take some chance in Omi here. There's Omi getting a little lift there. I was trying to maybe get a pullback to 805s or 8. Didn't get it there. We'll see if it tries to break out here. I'm going to let it try to break out, and then I'll try to get in it. All right, guys, just cracked the 84s. Now we're up more than $1 on these 30 shares. Let's go ahead and try to get a good ad here. So we're looking for it to either crack down towards the momentum towards 83 or push up here towards the 50 EMA line, which would be at the 84.68s, 84.70s, and that's where we could increase. Thinking we might get a big crack here, so I'm trying to stay in it. APT though, nice 50-cent breakout there, guys. You could look for maybe Omni to break out, but I'm waiting for it to pop before I jump in.
You're my dad? Okay, so then that means you don't know how to operate a computer, you know.
AMRN's actually doing well today.
I know, I'm watching it. It's at 440s, man, 430s. I'm watching that one rip up, actually.
That one I would look for a 5-minute pullback to the VWAP, which would be 420s. JD doing very well today also, guys. This is one that usually goes opposite. When we're coming down, it's been going up. Momo also. My
Yeah, guys,
trade is looking like I'm just going to hold on.
I'm just waiting right now, just like I did yesterday. Like, I'm down $100 or so. Like, here's my P&L. One trade on AMD. Or no, one trade on AMD and one trade on MU. But I'm waiting until we get some bigger momentum here to come into play. So, we'll see what we get.
I agree with that idea.
Right now, if you look at the SPY here, I'm going to put the SPY up really quick. Like, the SPY is just sideways and choppy. And so, you know, look at this. Like, we moved up at first at the open, but then now we just have this range. So this is the range we're in now. We'll see what we get, but I'm not going to trade anything until the market at least breaks out of this range. Regardless of the direction, we got to break out of this really obvious range that we're in, because until then we're just effectively sideways.
All right, one that looks interesting for fake out fade potential is CGC. It's in a longer term kind of flag fake out pattern. It went dip down to 385s there. Keeps holding 415 as the resistance. I don't think it's bad for 1410s here, or 1405s off that 1415 level. If it does rip up past that, next level up is 26 and 35s.
Yeah, I'll just make it easy, guys. I'll move on. There you go.
I don't know. Ripped up there to 835s. Good thing I got to it a little bit early for you guys. I called that one out at 810s. Nice little rip there to 835s.
Yeah. I don't know, Kitty. You see that? How could AMD do that, man? Honestly, it betrayed me. It betrayed me, brother. It betrayed me, man.
All right, CAR looking good here. Nice rejection there off 13s. I'm looking to see if we're going to get a big down move here in the SPY, because if we do, then we can get some big drops here. Put up the one I'm thinking about getting into is CAR.
Hey, nice, Justin. Congrats, brother. Yeah, we're still in that range in the SPY, so I'm just chilling here. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Samuel. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Okay, new hourly candle here starting to open on the SPY, and it's starting to open red. The biggest thing I want to see is if it goes to 245 in this one nice 15-minute candle. There you go, guys. Almost up $2 on my Ross trade. This is risk and reward, guys. Risk and reward working at its finest here.
Just made a fortune on the SPY dropping at the open. You're retiring, Ray Ray. Hey, congrats, bro.
There's a big down dip there for Norwegian Cruise Line. Just got 780,000 shares. I'm looking for a quick bounce here in CAR and to hold, breaking out through 1310s. Square heading down there.
Yeah, SPY's testing the bottom of that range right now. We'll see what we get here, but it is testing the bottom.
Yep. If MU cracks here, I'll look for a VWAP rejection play.
Why you always trade AMD? Because it's overall net profitable since I've started trading it. And I don't always trade AMD. I traded MU, you know, CGC, AMRN, Disney last few weeks, so it's not just AMD. But it's one of the ones I watch. Sorry, Mitch, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You know, you got to trade what works for you. If you can see the patterns and you can see it consistently and you know the price action, why not stick to it?
Right, for sure. And like I said, I'm losing today, or I've lost, but prior to yesterday, I was on like a 10-day green streak or something crazy like that, and my account's obviously growing, and so I'm just gonna stick with what works. You can't take short-term results like one day and then use that to say, you know, oh, your strategies don't work, your patterns don't work. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Dave. You just gotta look at the overall big picture, your overall sample size, not just even a day or a week, you know.
I'd 100% agree with that. The biggest reason with that, John, is that at the end of the day, we don't trade for winning and losing. You know, if you're trading for winning and losing, I can tell you right now, the emotions will get to you.
Right, 100%.
You can't trade that way.
It is April Fool's today, Ray. So you were lying, bro. You were lying, man. Hey, but nice work, bro.
KSS, nice rejection there off 1350s.
BG. Yeah, I mean, last week, Mr. Fishbone, I made like $1,000 roughly trading both of those. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm just going to say this and I'm going to move on. I banned that Joe Monroe guy, and the reason I banned him is I have a pretty good feeling he's the Joe from before that was just Joe that I had to ban before. And he doesn't ever say positive. He just talks negative here. And so after a certain point, if he's criticizing, you know, all this different stuff and being antagonistic, he's just got to go. But yeah.
Guys, EMPH, watch that one setting up there. If it squeezes, it's going to 30-50. So I'm keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, you also trade stocks you know 100%, and you got to stick with what you know. All right, here's the market breaking down a little bit here. And like I said, I mean, I'm down, you know, $110. My account's thousands in the profit, and so, you know, it happens. We're just hanging out and waiting. I'm banning anybody that named Joe. Do you think Uber will do better? I don't know, man. Nah, it's not anybody that named Joe. It's anybody that's named Joe and it's just constantly negative. They're gonna get out of here, you know. Uber, I don't know, man. Uber's tough. I think they're gonna be negatively affected by this market, certainly. Just because nobody's taking Ubers right now. You know, I don't want to look at an Uber right now, man. And so I think the rideshare sector is gonna get hammered a little bit.
All right, trying to see what's going to happen with EMPH here. KSS definitely rejected. That's why I'm holding on to Ross. Car, it's going to probably test here, but could crash.
That's Mitch's screen you're seeing. Hey, nice stand. Welcome, brother.
See if we get a nice crack here in Ross through the 83s.
Can y'all hear that? Man, my mic must be good. Can y'all hear the kids talking?
Testing up there. AMD breaking out. APT breaking out, guys. Now up there to 14.
If it was, I'd unban them.
The SPY has been stationary on the 1 hour chart. I want to show you guys it on my screen here. The 1 hour chart has what? Nothing. Completely nothing in the SPY. And that's kind of the way you should be trading right now. Small, keeping your wins and losses small, because the SPY hasn't picked a direction. So I'm not going to go extremely big in any one direction.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I haven't traded it since that first trade on AMD, which is, there's nothing you can really do. I could set hard stops, but that's not how I trade either. And like I said, I just stick with what works, you know. Every day it's not going to work.
Nope, that's 100% true.
John says, in your AMD trade, there was a sudden split-second drop in price. Why does that happen? Mitch had a good class a while back, but it basically boils down to just one trader. It doesn't mean it's necessarily one trader, but one trader can change your trade, right? Like, one trader can cause a big drop, and then other people see that drop and they sell. And then other people see those selling and they sell too. And that's what's called a squeeze, and that's what we got. We got a sudden squeeze back down. And it happens. Like I said, there's nothing you can really do. To a certain extent, they're unavoidable in trading. They're gonna happen sometimes. You know, your trade is just gonna go drastically against you, and it is what it is, you know.
250 is going to be vital here, guys. See the SPY break 250s. I'm just going to get out of my Ross trade.
Very little, John. Can't make out what they are saying, but yeah, can hear them a little bit. Okay. Yeah, my kids are in school right now. All right, here's the market ripping up here.
This 250 is so vital. APT major rip out there, guys. Now to 1430s. Originally started the day at 1275. EMPH broke out there. AAL pushed up there to the VWAP. Quickly pulled back. A lot of trappy charts right now. Be careful.
John, what kind of camera are you using? Some type of Logitech camera.
What do you think about the VWAP fake out fade for CGC, John?
It's still too sideways for me right now. I don't hate the range, but I gotta wait for the market to squeeze in a direction first and break out of the range it's in. And right now it's kind of confirming it. It got rejected at 250, so I'm just kind of waiting for a range break. Super sideways day, so.
Can't blame you. Market reversed there from 250s. It went up there to what? 92s. Watch that 250. EMPH pushing up there, man. That one's starting to push there.
That big seller triggers a stop. Yeah, 100%. That's what we call a squeeze in a direction. Yeah. Hold on, guys.
I need to do this so that it'll...
One to watch, Snap. Big resistance at 1147. Want to see if it rejects from here and then heads right back down towards the 1120s. All right, I want to see if this one could break down through 83s now, guys. If we break down through 83s, we'll be up over $2 here. That's what I'm looking to get at least. If I can get over $2 on this trade, this will be a home run trade. Seeing clothing come back here. Might take the trade off. I'm gonna see one more dip here and then I could get out, but not getting it right there. Space at VWAP. Testing down for me. Quick flush there in KSS. Snap pushing up there to the support, the VWAP. Good resistance in 1147s there. Seeing a lot of things push up in the cruise lines. Cruise lines pushing up. All right, guys, about to cut my trade here. Don't want it to go past the 84s now.
Market's squeezing up, breaking highs here.
Yeah, the big key is at 250, guys. Watch the volume at 250.
Yeah, big rip up here for the market.
There's 250s. Let's see if it holds. If mine starts squeezing, I might look for the clothing sector to come back, which is KSS, JWN. You could look at Urban. Those are the ones that I'm gonna be looking to squeeze if for any reason this closing sector just comes ripping back. There's KSS trying to break out there. All right, seeing these clothing starting to push up.
I just scalped.
Stay off the 84. Go ahead, John.
I just scalped a move on MU, made about $65. I'm only down about 40 something now, so you can see my P&L here. Just scalped a quick move on MU. Like I said, since I was down so much on the day, I kind of have to wait until I get some ideal setup. So when the market pushed up and squeezed up like that, and MU was kind of still in the middle of the range, I figured I could take it and ride it up to the top of the range. And so it's kind of a complex strategy. Basically, I'm looking for stocks that are in the middle of the range on the day. So if like they have a middle range area, I look for those that follow the market. And then when the market makes a big move and those stocks are still in the middle of the range, I can take decent size and then ride them up to let them fill that range on the up or down side, depending on which way the market breaks highs, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to everybody, because that's kind of the strategy I'm using. And so, but yeah, I got myself
up there in KSS.
Got myself back to a manageable day.
Might go long on JWN. Need to see a good volume here, push through 1430s.
Can I put a short limit order on this platform? Yeah, so when you put the limit order in, you want to just click buy instead of sell. So like if you're in short, you click buy. You put the limit order price in, and then you just click buy. Or no, you click short. If you're entering, you click short. If you're exiting, you click buy on TEFs.
All right, that's the last high I want to see held there, which was this 83s, guys. 83 is going to be my stop now.
Yeah, and you can see MU pulling back. You can see why I trade that range instead of the actual like high of the day break on AMD. I trade the high of the day break with the market because that's going to pull my stocks up, but I get out at the top of that range on MU, and you can see why, because it just rejected big and came right back down. So I hope that makes sense to everybody.
All right, guys, I got a stop place for 83.90s now. I got this last high right there, and I want that to hold. If not, I think we'll get a reversal, and I'm not going to let this stock come back, but I will let it work if it gives me my reward. If I take only $1 from this trade, it's still a good risk and reward. I'm just trying to let the trade work right now to maximize gains. The key in maximizing gains is set a level that no matter what, if for any reason the stock reverses on your trade, you're okay with taking that profit. You can look back at your trade and be like, well, it was still a 3-to-1 trade, but I gave myself an opportunity to make 5-to-1, 6-to-1, 7-to-1. And I think that's very important in trading, especially if you're a range trader. All right, guys, this is testing the lows here. We might get that move through the 83s here that I want, and I can take some profit and just get out of here.
Big drop in the SPY. That should help you, I think. Testing that 249 level, 249.75, where that previous.
All right, guys. Once we crack these 20s, I'm gonna take 20 off. Just not wanting to crack. There you go. All right, taking 83.14s there, guys. Almost 2 complete dollars there. $1.90 there.
Commissions on my platform is roughly, let me see. It's roughly 0.006 cents per share. There's a 150 minimum though.
All right, guys. Not a bad trade there for 30 shares.
Yeah, I just talked about it. Cool. It's mostly waiting for the market to break highs or lows and looking for stocks that follow the market to a certain extent, but are in the middle of the range of their daily range. And then when the market breaks highs or lows, jumping in that direction. If it breaks highs, I jump in long on those stocks, and if it breaks lows, I jump in shorts. I tend to like the shorts a little bit better, and then letting that stock follow through to the top or bottom of the range. And so if it's in the middle range, the market breaks lows, I jump in MU going short and ride MU down to the low of the day, to the bottom of that range, if that makes sense. That's one of them.
All right. Moving up to stop towards 83.40s. $83.40s now the stop, guys, for the rest of the 10 shares from 84.91. What I really like about this trade, guys, is it shows you guys that even with 30 shares, you can make decent money with, guys.
Right. I mean, yeah, you can go to a U.S. regulated platform, but you're going to be restricted by the PDT rule. You're only going to be able to day trade 3 times per week, and so that's the benefit of TAFs. I mean, the commissions are pretty cheap, and like I said, go to that funded account link if you want to check it out. It's a good way to help support us too. We make a commission if you sign up, so we're a little biased, obviously, but
You see the SPY still holding the 250s?
yep.
That's the hourly chart, man. It's still a trap. And I've been seeing this often. And, you know, it sucks when you get caught in the trap, but it's happening to a lot of traders right now. All right, guys. Look at this nice drop here for us. See if we can get a drop to the 60s, and then I'll just take it off. 80s. Bouncing a little bit there. All right, seeing some bounces there, so I'm just going to take the trade off, guys. Not a bad trade at all, guys. $56 on 30 shares.
Nice work, bro. Good trade, man.
This was definitely sector analysis. I immediately saw the retail industry get hit hard. The leaders were on my down chart were AEO and ANF. I found those. I looked at URBN, and then I tried to find the more expensive ones, KSS, JWN, and then I looked at Ross. I saw the weakness there. I said the daily chart showed this really coming back down, not going back up here. There's a big extension from the downturn in the market, so I took my shot there. Not a bad trade at all. AAL getting very interesting.
Yeah, it's that's kind of how I am. That's kind of how I feel too. Market's sideways. I'm waiting for the trades, and we'll find them. But for
You
now,
and me
market's
both,
just,
brother.
yeah.
From now on, I'm just waiting till I see the resistance of 250 broken, or at least a move down to 247.
250, bro. We're down at 249 now.
Yeah, it just keeps. That's why I'm holding the hourly chart. It's keeping me from being emotional. Nice rejection there in AAL. Okay, looking interesting. That one has a nice range today.
This is the most boring day I've had trading. Yeah, sometimes that's a good thing, Mark. Sometimes it's got to be boring, brother.
Yeah, just be patient. Needs that to be patient, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if this one's gonna view up reject LK here off the 26. A hard down move to 25.75s would get me interested.
How's my account? My account's at 2100. 2100.
How we doing, traders in the chat? Time to catch up. What's going on, guys? How we doing, Rudy? How we doing, Texas? Of course, we got the other John in the house.
Yeah, man. Which is just Hero. You know, that's just
Isaiah,
Hero. He stole my name.
What's going on, man? Isaiah, did you nail the CCL?
You know his name's not John either. You know. You know his name's not John. He stole my name.
I give him some. I give him some love for it.
Yeah, you know. Let him be. I'm not mad at him. You know, John's a great name. I'm just saying.
All right, here's LK testing up a little bit here.
Ooh, 15K. That sucks, man.
AAL trying to break out through 1130s here.
We got 350 people here, guys, so hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We do this live every single weekday morning for free on YouTube, and, you know, we're not experts here. You know, we're just a free resource and community for traders, and so if you want to join us again, be a part of our team here, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm controlling the screen.
All right.
Somebody asked.
Looking for 26 here. Possible entry for LK. Risk would be at the next high, which would be at 2610. Cracking down there a little bit. I'm trying to get a bounce into 90, 95s here. Get short.
Just to show people say the market's boring. This is what they mean. The market's just sideways. You can see if you look at the overall trend, we're just kind of going like this. We're going up and then down and then up and then down and then up. Broke highs for about 5 minutes and then came right back down. And so we're just sideways. Big drop in the market. Not a big one, actually. I'm just kind of watching it. It's big relative to what we're getting. But market's pulling back. I appreciate the help, Tony. Yeah, spread is just the difference between the bid and the ask price. That's right.
Big drop in LK there, man. Looking for the VWAP reject. Need to bounce above VWAP though, right here. 2590s would get me in.
Big push up in the market here.
Yeah,
not big, but
JWN pushed up there at least. Retail looks like it's coming back. CGC made a nice move.
yep.
You could maybe look for TLRY to rip through the VWAP because of it.
Pretty big surge here in the market, actually.
The hourly chart, let's see it.
I'm scalping Disney real quick, but it's a small size. I put myself up.
Go for it. Can you tell Disney to go to 75 for me once you're done?
Sure.
Thank you.
Only once I'm done, though, you know.
Yeah. You know, I don't want you losing money here, but
Yeah.
I need her to go to 75. That's my buy point, man. It got to 80.
All right.
82.
I took another half off there. I'm holding 25 shares of Disney. Just a little baby trade.
You know which one I would like to see it lead if it's gonna really drag us down?
What?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon.
100%.
It did it yesterday.
If it's gonna
When
drag.
when we dropped, it was because the negative news of their worker supposedly getting fired and protest, and then out of nowhere, they had on. I was watching this on Bloomberg. Out of nowhere, you saw Amazon just completely just go red.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that right there, that will lead the market. We
Yeah.
get Amazon to start really tanking down. You'll get a leader for sure.
100%.
So I'm watching it right now. It's setting up on a long-term flag play. Let's see if it breaks out or breaks down. Just shows me what the SPY's in. Consolidation.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I'm holding the rest of these little 25 shares. We'll see what we get, but I'm not. It's 25 shares. I've effectively come back from $110 down. I'm down 20 something now, so very small. And, you know, there'll be other opportunities.
You know, what's incredible is we've actually gotten a significant amount of volume here.
Yeah. Yeah, market's
even
pushing up
though
test
it's not
highs.
going anywhere.
Market's getting closer to the high of the day. That's what I'm watching right now. High of the day in the SPY itself is 250.50.
I have a line at 250.55.
Yep.
That's what I've been watching all day long.
Yep. And level 2's all out of whack here too. At least on Thinkorswim.
These slow internet things are really destroying.
Yeah, it's bandwidth issues right now, man.
Yeah, man. It's happening to everyone, though, at least. At least it's not just you.
That means if you go under $700, they close you down. So like you get 14K, you spend $399. So you're spending, you know, you're spending 400
I don't know if you
bucks.
have mine up, but I can show you kind of what.
Yeah, he's
the
trading
intro account.
Yeah, he's trading an intro right now. So basically, just to I'll explain this really quick. Basically, they give you 14,000 to trade with. If you go under 13,300, they close your account down. And you can get more than one account. You can get 2 intro packages, but that's how it works. And so go ahead, Mitch.
No, 100%, guys. And one of the things that, and the reason why I use a smaller account is to show you guys that you guys don't need to trade big. You know, trade small, make good gains. You know, with 14,000 buying power, I bought a stock today that was $84.
Nice.
It's not like it was cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
But what did I do? I know I have a small account. I can't be buying 100 shares at that. So I went down all the way to 30 to minimize risk. If it went against me, it was going to go against me 40 cents with 30 shares, which would have been pretty much nothing. We're talking $20 loss. And then I went for a over dollar gain. That was really the key there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I ended up getting out of Disney just now, 25 shares. Maybe a little bit early, but I'm only down 25 on the day. And like I said, that's how you come back from a $110 loss. Haven't lost since that trade, and I think that trade was just unavoidable to a certain extent. I didn't hate it, but I think squeezes like that will happen every blue moon, and you got to just deal with them and move on. But yeah, here's the link if you want to check it out. But
yeah, guys, I know that a lot of you guys are getting that tax money to come in and getting a little stimulus boost. If you know if you're doing all right in these times, why not trade?
yeah,
These are great times to learn how to trade since you're home.
yeah, just be prepared to lose your money though. Like that's all I'm saying. Listen, I know how that sounds, but like I think most new traders, it doesn't matter what platform, what broker, where they go. I think most traders are just gonna lose, and so you want to have that expectation. But once you learn, it'll be a skill you'll have for the rest of your life. You'll always have that skill, but it takes time to learn. It's not easy, no matter if it seems easy or not. It's not. It's extremely difficult.
What I would recommend, guys, is always have a goal. I did a video about one share trading, and the reason I did a video about one share trading is this is a perfect environment to do that. If you grabbed an intro account and you only took one share per trade, you'll probably be able to get 60, 100, 200 trades in and before you wipe out an account. And I think that's more important sometimes than the results that are needed. Because at the end of the day, guys, what we need to see is a process that works. If the process doesn't work, I don't care how much money you can make in one day. You'll give it right back.
Yeah, so Visual saying I bought it at 338, now it's at 442, but I still lose money when I'm trying to sell. How? Probably because of the spread. You know, that's a very small profit margin of 4 cents, and so you know you're gonna lose a lot of the time if you try doing, you know, taking that small of a margin, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Market pushing up to test highs. See if it breaks here.
I'm literally watching Amazon to see what's going to happen in the market. I just feel like the way that I saw that close yesterday, if I see Amazon go red, I think we'll end up red for the day.
Yeah.
If I see Amazon just squeeze on up there, I saw that momentum yesterday go away from it, so I want to see that momentum go away from it again.
Yeah, and that kind of makes sense.
Might be one of those days where I come back in the afternoon. Who knows? Might have the afternoon stream. The last hour has been really volatile. You know, the power hour?
Yeah, for sure.
The power hour has actually been, traders are there. AMRN almost up 10% today. Look at JD. Remember I brought this one up a little bit earlier? I said that it's been going really good when the market has been doing bad. Look at JD up there almost to 42.
I took another little trade on MU, but I got out super quick. Market pulling back. Still choppy in a range.
Yeah. I literally have the 1 hour chart and I'm not moving until that breaks.
Love the slow grind of learning to day trade stocks. Whoa, bro. First off, chill with the caps, dude. Okay, so here's the reason why, Kevin. Is that you might win a majority of the time doing so. You know, but if you've ever heard of the Martingale Roulette strategy, which is basically just doubling your size until you win, right? Because with the Martingale Roulette strategy, if you consistently just double your bets every time you lose, eventually you'll win. The problem is that you would have to be wrong 6 times in a row to lose a huge amount of money. And you might say, well, you're never going to be wrong in roulette 6 times in a row. I'm here to tell you, you absolutely will. And it's not that uncommon, statistically speaking. And so, yeah, you might win a majority of the time. The problem is when you lose, you are going to lose your entire day trading account. And that's why you can't do it that way. That's why you can't approach it that way. You have to approach it with, you have a certain risk level. And if it breaks that risk level, you get out of the trade.
That's what you want out of it, Tiny. You know, with every account, I think you need to try to, instead of always focus on, hey guys, am I going to make profit? Am I going to be able to take out some profit and make some money? No, think, hey, how can I make this account last where I can really practice and execute my strategy? Because that's what needs to happen. It's not necessarily making money that brings you into profitability. It's search for progress through systematic trading. That's what gets you to consistency.
Ooh, what are y'all cooking in there? Hold on, sorry.
My boy getting hungry. That's fine, Kevin.
I think my kids are in school, like, so they're like streaming with their teachers, and I was just like, hey, what are y'all cooking in there? Great. Gotta love it. I'll tell them it's my noisy cousin, you know.
All right, guys. Amazon trying to test up there to the 193395s. Let's see if it breaks out. I did see some drop significantly there. UAL.
All right, market's squeezing up big here. At least I think it is.
Junior, if you notice that a lot of times you get stopped out, and then the trade goes in your direction, what's probably happening here is there's 2 things. Either we could not be looking at the resistance and support correctly, or we can be going in so big that we're not willing to let it go down to that support or resistance. And then, so that's the problem there. Sometimes when you don't want to let the trade become a loser, is because the risk is too big. You really don't want to take that risk, but you're willing to take that risk before you get in the trade. And then when you get in the trade, you're really like, oh man, I don't know if I can really risk that amount now. And then you get in this in-between mode, the worst mode to be in as a trader. Trader is all about making decisive decisions. You can't be worrying about right or wrong. The only thing you can be worrying about is this my strategy?
Right.
Do I have the variables I need to take this trade? Do I understand the risk management? And can I execute at the right points? That's it. That's really what trading's about. You can make it
100%.
harder, or you can make it like a process, a systematic. And that's what brings you to profitability, guys.
Right.
Finding a system that will work for you day in and day out.
100%.
You know, John and I have done this for so long that we know no matter what, there's not one win that makes you.
Right, for sure.
We've had thousands of traders come in here and tell us they've made $6,000 on a trade.
$1 billion, yeah.
But then 3 months later, they lost
They're
some
gone.
10,000.
You never hear from them again, you know?
Well, John, I don't know if Amazon's going to do it here, but we just went red on at least a little bit. So let's see what happens to it. I'm telling you, I really feel Amazon will lead. Just because the way I saw it yesterday. It was here yesterday. Like on the chart, it was up there to 1977s, and it went down immediately in about 2 to 3 candles, about 2%, which was 31.5 points.
Yeah, look at Amazon.
Really slow open for us compared to the other days.
Yeah, I made a little bit. I'm in with 500 shares of MU. I gotta be careful for big drops.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, you could do research on that strategy, and what you're gonna find is the big traders. The big traders, they got in that mentality that if I just keep buying up, it'll make me profit. But you're gonna find out that there's a couple of them that've lost millions doing this. And so you have to determine if that's okay for you. If that's your risk tolerance, then go for it.
All right, I'm gonna sell another 100. I'm just holding 100 left. Made about $100 on this trade just so far. I'm gonna let this test up.
Looks positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this test up and see what the overall market does here. There we go. That's super beneficial for me. I might even take a little bit more off just to make some money in the bank in case we do get rejected here at this $half level. Ideally, I'd like to see this break. There we go. There's the break, or at least the try. Let's let it push. You know what? I'm getting out here. $72 up on the day. Slowly grinding my way back, like I always do. We'll see what else we can find.
Deep breath, and let's see where the SPY goes. Way to bounce back, John.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I made $146 on that trade, so I'll take it. Not a bad little green rebound there.
Yeah. Amazon kind of wicked right there. Didn't really want to break out, so I'm looking to see that 1935s really get pushed up there.
That's up to Mitch, man. Mitch had videos he put out this past weekend. If you want to see what Mitch looks like, but. Right, but sometimes, and it might spike up eventually, Kevin, but sometimes it's not going to spike up. And sometimes it's just going to keep dropping. And so, like I said, it might work a majority of the time, but the times it doesn't work are going to drastically affect your account in a negative way and ultimately cause the strategy overall to not be profitable. And like I said, listen, traders have tried it. It sounds very simple, but it's not you know, variance is a real thing, and you're going to get some negative variance eventually that's going to destroy your entire account. Any profits you build up, you might build up some profits, but you're probably eventually going to lose that if you continue to trade that strategy. I'm scalping. Mitch is just regular. I don't know what.
Do some range.
Yeah,
range trade.
Yeah, we're mostly using VWAP as well.
So, well, everyone knows our bread and butter: VWAP bounce, VWAP fade. Those are our bread and butter. We stick by those. We can 100% tell you that we've seen those, and those are profitable strategies. And then what we really want to see is the kind of different strategies. We also tell you guys about different ones that traders use, like EMAs, crossovers, opening range breakouts. A lot of traders like that one. And then sometimes you're going to see even strategies change. This has been a very good scalping environment for John, and you guys have been seeing him scalp. Something that he doesn't always do, but in this environment, it's definitely been working.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad I didn't hold MU a little bit longer. I could have made another few $100 if I would have held that initial 1,000 shares. But the whole point of scalping is to take profits quickly, and that's what I did, but, you know.
Oh, Isaiah, don't be jealous. It's getting big. It's getting big. The zombie beard.
Where's Isaiah?
He said I got the ugliest beard. More ugly than John.
Where is Isaiah, dude? I don't see him. Oh, he must be way up there. Oh, maybe I gotta put on live chat. I missed some of the chat here, guys, apparently. There he is. Mitch has the ugliest beard, more ugly than John. Hey, bro, I'm keeping my beard. I don't care how ugly it gets, because my beard blesses me with good luck. I'm not superstitious at all. But, you know. Eventually, in about 4 months, everybody in the U.S., every dude in the U.S. is going to have, like, long 80s hair because nobody can get a haircut.
That Ross still going down, man. I thought I took it at a great price, though. And you get a look at it now, and, yeah, I took it really near a good support.
Yeah, I finally scaled up, Kenny. It took a long time, though, man.
But what I would like to show you about Ross, guys, is it's just like always, guys. You don't need to trade big to make money. That's a fallacy right there, guys. You just need to understand risk management and stick to that, because that's what gets you to the reward. And if your reward's set on a 4-to-1, 5-to-1, even 30 shares like today can make you great money. 50 shares.
Nah, I'm good, Kevin. I don't like doing that, man. Scalp trading, you mean? If you want to see the strategies I've used, I'll post the links here. I got a few videos I've posted in the last 2 weekends. Here's one of them. Let me see if it'll let me copy. Did that work? Hey, I think it did. I'm just going to go back.
All right, keeping a close eye on this NCLH. UAL tanking down there. Watch for AAL to follow. What do you think about that fake out fade look now on AAL, John?
I just think everything's so rangy today, it's tough.
100%. If I take a trade, you have to remain small. That's what I've learned a lot. If we're not getting the SPY momentum, you shouldn't be trading big. It's interesting here. It's just too little of a range even to trap right now. So I'm not going to go for it.
Send it on Discord, Flingshot, if you want. Here, I'll post the link. Here's our Discord link if you want to check that out. I have an Instagram, but it's just not that big. Bryce, so yeah, that's Mitch talking about Peloton. That's his trading. But I mean, everybody can have differing views. It doesn't, you know. But yeah, Mitch is the one that was talking about Peloton this morning.
I should do. Script.
I mean, we have a free trading course playlist, Adam. So like, we do have a playlist that shows all the different strategies, patterns, systems that we implement. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Trenton. Welcome to the team, man, as well as AZ. Mohammed, thanks, brother. Appreciate the sub, bro. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I think with that, actually, let me look at our stats. I think we probably just broke 19,000 subscribers, I think. Let me look. I think we probably did. Yeah, we did. We're at 19,015, so.
Boom.
Yeah. Almost to 20, man. Almost to 20.
Gonna have to plan something for the 20.
Yeah, for sure. I do respect your stop loss. No need to hold and wait. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it might work a majority of the time, but the times it doesn't are going to be worse, you know? Yeah, no, for sure. We could all have different opinions, man. No stress, bro. You're good, man. You know? Like I said, go ahead.
It's like I talked about, guys. It's all about your risk tolerance level.
Right.
If you want to risk all your money every day, I mean, it's fine too.
And here, listen, like, people could disagree with what we do here. There's not a problem. Like, the problem lies, like, I banned that dude Joe earlier because it's like he doesn't ever say anything positive. It's almost solely negative, and he just waits to criticize. Like, he just waits to criticize. It's probably the Joe that I banned a few months ago, and so he's all butthurt about that. And you know, that's really what it is. And so you could be here, you could give us constructive criticism, you can disagree with us, like it's all love here. I'm not mad at anybody. But if all you ever say is negative stuff, you're going to get banned, and you should expect to get banned, you know.
All right, guys, NCLH getting really interesting here. I think the big thing is, at the end of the day, the SPY. I mean, if we don't get a tank in the SPY, then I don't think we're going to get these down moves anyways. So there's no need to jump in there unless we see it. Now, I am seeing Amazon finally start showing some weakness here. So look for the SPY to flip.
Yeah, the SPY's already dropping. I think it dropped maybe before that. It's under 250 now, or at least it's testing it now. Big last 2 minutes, huge red candles in the SPY.
Yeah. What I'm seeing is a huge flip on Amazon from the top of the range to the bottom of the range. So now I'm looking for Amazon to get big volume on this downturn. That will show me it.
Unless you're shorting.
Yep. Amazon's starting to break. I want to see a big volume add in there. It hasn't added yet.
Big drop in the market. Back down to 249.50. Hey, I appreciate it, man. What's up, Tyrell? Shorting just means you're betting that the stock is going to go down. There's a much more complex meaning to it, which means you're borrowing shares, waiting for the price of that stock to become cheaper, and then returning the initial price you paid for it, essentially profiting the difference is technically what shorting is, and it's the process of shorting. But when we say shorting, we're essentially meaning you're betting that the stock is going to go down. You know, you make money if the stock drops. Hey, we broke 100 likes, guys, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's move up to 20,000 subscribers. That'll be a really cool time. 20,000 is no big deal, or a huge deal, actually. SPY moving back up here. We're so rangy, though. It's tough.
Yeah, it's the watching Amazon recover also. So the biggest thing is you need to see a big volume. I think we're not getting that right now.
Yeah, I've seen this happen like 5 times today, so I'm just waiting, man. I'm not trying to push right now. I'm going to wait until something I haven't seen happen that much happen, like a high of the day break or a break below the VWAP. Those are the 2 things I'm really watching. Hey, thank you, Derek. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to the team, bro. Disney about to break highs, though. Interesting enough.
Watching car, I like it because it's been going up all day. The SPY just tanks here. I think this is gonna fade pretty significant amount from these levels. The important part, it'll only be a 10-cent risk for me if I take the trade. So these are the kinds of ones that I'm looking for because it's a 4-to-1 and a 5-to-1 look.
Because small account in trading terms means less than 25,000. So like we have more than $2,000 in our account. We can buy more than one share. I mean, we're not trading Amazon anyway, really, because none of us, you know, we might be able to buy 5 shares. But if the range is big enough, you might be able to profit with 5 shares. Probably can.
I mean, you can 100%. I mean, look at the range of Amazon alone is more than $10. So 10 shares, 5 shares. You know, 5 shares, $10. So it's a big move.
Yeah, for sure. Big range.
Mm-hmm. So it's like I tackled Ross today. 30 shares, almost $100 stock, still able to make $56.
Yep. Market's pushing up here.
Yeah, I want to see one more test of the 50 here on car. Amazon still trappy, still hasn't broken down or broken out. There is a big move in car. It broke down significantly there. Needs to get back in the 40s for me to take it.
I'm taking a little baby trade here if you guys want to see it. It's just in MU with 100 shares. It's very small. I'm seeing if I'm holding this because if the market does rip up, I might get a short-term volatile spike up here, which is what I'm essentially betting on, and I'm going to take profits very, very quickly here.
Being patient, guys. Being patient. SPY up there at the top, holding the resistance. I'll tell you what, at least from my morning, things look more green on my watch list than red.
Yeah, for sure.
At
Disney
least my
breaking
watch
highs.
list.
Disney just broke highs real quick. See if we get that whole dollar test here in MU. High of the day break at 42 actually.
All right, since we're chilling out here, still hasn't broken out of the SPY. I'm gonna go ahead and take a second here, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and use the platform that John and I use every single day on these streams, go ahead and check out TradeNet. It's a high quality platform, guys, that allows you to short and long, trade as much as you want with no PDT. You don't need to be borrowing shares to short. You guys see me shorting today, making significant amount of money on an intro account with just 14,000 in buying power. You know, for under $400, you can get this, which has a funded account package, access to a chat room, demo account, and a legit trading course. at the end of the day, guys, the risk and reward here is definitely great. Definitely benefits more the beginner trader than the advanced trader. That's really what it's there for, guys, to help you work out your systems and develop as a trader so that you could eventually get a bigger package and get some profits.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's the cheapest way a new trader can get started, in my opinion. And it allows them to trade a big account with no PDT rule and actually be able to short stocks. And the big thing is that a new trader is risking a small amount. They're risking $400, very small. Most of the time, new traders save up thousands and end up losing that because most new traders lose. And so this is effectively the cheapest way, in my opinion, to get started day trading, actively at least. And it's one of the ways where you can get started for cheap and actually trade a decent-sized account. Yeah, that's what I'm using, Tyrell. It's fun, man. To say the least, it's fun. I ended up getting out of MU break-even, completely break-even. I didn't lose a penny from it. But, you know, we'll see what else we get. Market's pushing up again here. Maybe should have held it. Kind of faked me out on that last drop with the market, but I think it's squeezing people like me out.
Might try to get 100 shares here at 13.45. Risk off of 13.55s.
Yeah, I just got 100 shares of MU again, just because I saw the market rip up and MU gave me a little entry, a small entry level.
And what happened? Amazon coming for that top. Let's see if it breaks out. With that, I'm a little concerned about shorting into car. I'm just gonna let it go right here.
Took half off there of MU, little baby trade with 100 shares, but was able to nail that first little part, and then I can hold the rest break even, see if we get a whole dollar breakout over the high of the day. The issue here, though, guys, is the previous closing price on MU was at 42.06, and that's the biggest significant level here. We broke highs of the day. We have to break over the whole dollar and the previous closing price, which, to say the least, is going to be a battle for sure, and it might reject. And so luckily I scaled out of most of this, and I'm just going to hold the rest, see what we can kind of get away with holding here with a very strict exit strategy. There's 99s. Let's get the whole dollar break. There's 42s, 44s. Let's see if we get that previous close. I'm going to get out here. That's the previous close. It might break the previous close, but that's usually a huge resistance level. But not a bad little win there. Up 87, close to $90 on the day. I'll take it. Not a bad rebound from being down 110 for the first few trades, but I don't really think I've lost since those first few trades. I lost that big trade with 98, that big $100 loss this morning, and then I lost one more on MU, I think. And every trade since then has been profitable. And you know, even though worst case scenarios like this morning can happen, I was still able to fight back. It feels good, man. Feels good.
The one that I'm liking for possible VWAP bounce play is Peloton.
Yeah, Mir will get that back, man. He's been making like 100K gains. And so I think losing is inevitable. And if you're trading big, you're going to lose big. But he's making, he's earning big too. He's winning big too. Bigger, I should say. And so that's the big thing. He'll get it back.
Yeah. I mean, you guys got to understand. When you trade big sizing, the numbers change. You got to look at the percentages, or what I like to look at, cents per trade.
Too fast. Hey, thank you, brother. Too fast. Hey, you guys have really come a long way from the time that I started watching. Seems like you both have exponentially gained confidence and become more consistent overall. 100%, man. We definitely have. And like I said, it feels good, man. It feels really good to do it live, to where people can watch us every day and kind of see the improvements we're making with our own trading and learn from how we are growing our accounts as well. So it feels good, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, here's my P&L on the day so far. Spot breaking highs again. Maybe I should have held MU for this. Here's the thing, right? This is the previous closing price. It's a huge level. It's effectively where a stock goes from red to green, right? So when it breaks over this light blue line right here, the stock is going from red on the day to green on the day. And so with that said, you know, that is going to be a major support and resistance level. And so since we just broke over it, we'll see if we hold support here. But MU is just a little bit too extended, I think, to hold through this move. Even though I think it's a nice breakout area, I would rather just sell into the strength that I had and make my money real quick.
Sounds like a smart deal.
Hey, thanks, man.
At the end of the day, you're scalping.
Yeah.
If the momentum doesn't last, you get out.
Right.
If it just keeps going, I mean, you just keep rolling with it. But that's the way scalping should work, and that's the way you need to stick to it. Because the moment that you see that momentum stop, if you hang around too much and you're scalping, you probably will get that big dip on you. Yeah. And that's the reason why that you saw the momentum stopping, but then you don't listen to yourself. You don't listen to your own instincts. And that's why scalping is very hard, guys. It's just something that you have to have the right instinctual kind of trait. You have to stick to it 100%.
Right. Yeah, it's not for everybody, for sure.
Yeah, my trade, I can risk one more extra cent. I don't think John does even wants to risk an extra cent past his risk.
No, I'm out, man. As soon as it hits, and it might bounce back on me, but the reason you scalp is to take advantage of like high accuracy. If you have good enough accuracy with short-term momentum moves, then scalping's the right thing, but you got to be extremely tight with it. And like I said, even that one move this morning where I was in AMD, I think, and that thing just dropped 60 cents in like 15 seconds, 10 seconds. And it's kind of like a deer in the headlights. You kind of freeze, but you can't be like, I'm just going to hold this a little bit longer. So I was down 100. I just got out, man. Just a huge move. And, it's one of those things you got to be pretty focused to do it too. But if you have good enough accuracy, kind of like I have today, and showing people like I have today, you can make it back. And, you let your accuracy compensate for everything else. It just depends, man. It depends on fundamentals a lot of the time, what the market is doing. But honestly, stocks are making pretty big moves today. SPY's moving up, really nice upward trend. Stocks are making big moves for the most part today. It's not too bad. Scalping is when you take larger sizing and you make really quick trades based off of momentum. So like I might jump in MU and try to make, a few cents with, 500 shares. This last trade was just 100 shares, so I just jumped in with 100 shares, got out really quick. But it's using bigger sizing and high accuracy to take very quick short-term trades. I usually try to get 10 to 15 cents. It really depends on the range of the stock and the share size I'm using, but it's just very quick in and out trades where you're getting in and selling usually within a minute or two at the max.
So Too Fast Profits brought up a really good question here, guys. The question is, why is it that stocks are not moving as quickly as they have been on the upside as they were previously? Is this because of a bearish market today? Well, this is actually because of important levels. One of the things that everyone saw was, are we going to call the bottom? A lot of people tried to call the bottom on the SPY when it was down there at the 225s, and they started buying back what they called the relief rally. And the relief rally brought these prices in the SPY all the way up there to the 260s and even 265s. What we really need to see is if it's going to get back above there and get to the 270s. Why is the 270s important? Because it's a 200-day moving average. Right now, we're sticking around the 50-day moving average, and we're trying to hold those moving averages, but we really have been seeing that kind of push back towards the 200, and then at the 200, that becomes a major resistance. Because of that major resistance is why you're seeing that slow up on the move up, because there's not too much further that stocks can go before hitting a major resistance. Amazon still hasn't really broken out of that. That's why I still haven't been in trading.
Alright, so we are getting a big drop. Not a big drop. I'm exaggerating. We're getting a drop in the SPY. Pulling back. I think the interesting level now is 250.85 or so. 250.80. Maybe you could use 250.75 as the quarter dollar on the SPY itself. That's the previous high of the day, right around 250.75 actually. And looking for it to bounce around 250.80s, 250.75, right around there. And if it doesn't, you know, look for a sharper drop down underneath that. Alright, so here's the 250.75 level. We'll see if it bounces there or not. You can see it here.
Derek said that it took 2 years and putting all his money into his growing account and living on a smaller amount, which was the way that he was able to really collect up his money for his big account. And that's what you have to do. I think a lot of traders don't take this approach. You know, it's not just about putting all your money in right now. It's about being smart, building up an account, working on your progress, on your process. And then once you feel that you've really mastered that, then bring your money together, save your money, have less expenses, have more savings. This could definitely help you get to that account that you want.
Hey guys, look at this, man. I called that 250.75 level exactly where this thing went. And that's why I can scalp these type of moves, is because you can predict where that support is going to be. But again, I drew this line out before this bounce, and look at that bounce, exactly where I thought it would. Down to the very center, it looks like. So, you know, those are the type of moves you have to predict if you're going to scalp, because they're fairly easy to predict. And you know, you can take short-term moves in other stocks because of these moves. But yeah, exactly at 250.75. We'll see if it pulls back down and breaks it now. But yeah, see, and like I said, if it breaks underneath it, sharp move down, because that's just a big support level. My daughter's printing something here. But now the next level underneath that is going to be like 250. And this is also why I'm scalping, because it did bounce short term there. You can see it bounce from 275 up to 251.05 or 06, so about 30 cents on the SPY. But once it quickly turned down and broke, this is a lot of the time from people selling too. Also, guys, you want to use a legit scanner for trading that'll show you what's moving, show you some of these big momentum moves, super real-time, customizable, and dynamic. If you want to check out trade ideas, I'll post this link here. It's a great way to help support our channel as well. You can use promo code BT15 and get 15% off of trade ideas. And again, super legit scanners allow you to do a lot of cool stuff with them. You can build strategies and scans around different things in trading, and I think they just, you know, they're super dynamic for traders.
Alright, looking at shorting A and F here. Up 1, up 2. I'm looking for one more touch up here to 47s, so I could risk right above here to 50s. It's a big order at 845, 146. Let that get approached first. Seeing KSS reverse there.
AMU's actually pulling down to test that previous closing price. And so that looks like an interesting trade.
KSS and ANF are two of my targets right now. Amazon finally pushed up there, guys. I'm looking for the market to go up here. We would need to hold the VWAP now.
Alright, I just took half off of MU. Like I said, that previous closing price move is what I took advantage of. I'm going to hold the rest of this break even, pretty close to break even at least. Alright, I got out the rest. Quick scalp. I gotta keep, checking stuff out. $93 day so far. I'll put Mitch back up.
All right, we'll see if we can get this little bounce here. Okay, A and F, it has that big sizing there at 845. That's the major concern there. Quick rejection there.
Here. I don't know. I know at least that one is. You're welcome.
All right, guys, as the market approaches these levels, I'm going to watch Square here, see if it's going to squeeze through 49.25.
I'm scalping MU again, sorry guys. I got 100 shares left, very small. I'm gonna see if the market can squeeze up any more here, and if not, just be super easy with the rest. Only holding 100 shares. Let me see what we got here. See if I can get out. Ooh, that's 500. No, I don't want that. I'll put myself back up really quick again.
Yeah, I'll be back, guys. I'm going to take a little quick break here. I'll be back, guys. Going to get some coffee. Going to get focused. One of the things that I get into this time is that I notice that I don't do good in the afternoons. So what I need to do is reset myself. Go get some coffee, calm down, look at the charts again, and re-establish where I think the levels are important. One of the things I'm trying to do to improve the afternoons.
Yeah, I ended up getting out of that one, up $99 on the day. And I'm kind of mad about it, honestly. Not really. I'm not much of a long-term investor, Derek. Mostly just a day trader. Big drop in the market. Glad I got out of MU when I did. Yeah, we might bounce here at this 250.70 level. This big level I talked about before. Again, 250.75. Big support level. If we bounce there, it's going to pull everything else back up with it. But I think I might take my $100 bill and be done. If I think the market's going to bounce here, I could scalp some of these moves too. It's just just about whether I think the market's going to bounce at that 250.75 level. Testing it now. We're at 250.75 exactly right now. Alright, we got the flush underneath it. Next level is 250.50. Alright, big flush underneath it. Glad I sold out of MU when I did. It's the reason why I scalp these type of moves. Big flush underneath. Dawson says, how long should I paper trade before I start trading? It's a tough question. Paper trading should really only be used to really learn and test strategies and systems. Right? When you switch over to real money, your emotions are going to be completely different, that you're going to have to condition yourself to manage them. And so it really just depends on how well you understand trading and, you know, how long it's going to take you to, you know, how much. The reality is, how much money do you have and how long is it going to take to condition yourself? Because people can try to emulate real trading with a demo or a paper account. The reality is your emotions are way different because you don't really care if you lose a paper account, no matter how much you pretend to. And so the reality is it's going to take a while of you trading a real account, even though small. It's going to take a while for you to trade a real account for you to really understand and condition your emotions to do the right thing, because that takes time. It's not something that people pick up right away. It's one of the reasons the failure rate for new traders is so high. If that all makes sense. Market dropping big here, guys. Maybe switch to short. Hey, I appreciate the sub. Yeah, I think the SPY is going to drag everything else down. I try to post them beforehand. With scalping though, Boot, it's way different. Like it's with scalping you have to be super focused, and so when you see something happen that you need to take advantage of, I don't really have time to like post it or switch the screen over, and so it's a little bit different. Scalping's a lot harder for people to copy me. And so I don't think anybody should really try to copy me. I think people can learn from the strategies that I use in scalping, but like me letting people know everything like way beforehand or before I get in or out, like Mitch talked about it before, but scalping is one of those things where you have to be kind of laser focused on. And so I'm not going to be able to tell people exactly where I'm getting in or out. I'm trying to just focus on that trade at that time, because again, if I don't pay attention to something, I can get what happened to me early this morning on AMD. And that's why a lot of the time you'll hear me be like, yeah, I'm looking at this, I won't, but then I'll get in and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm in this stock, you know, if that makes sense. It's just something you got to be especially focused in. I might hang it up for the day though. I don't really see anything else I really like. Well, I got a second though. If anybody wants to if anybody's home, bored, and needs a website done, you know, we make custom websites, and you know, you can check it out here. Let me fix this. I have an ultra wide monitor, so it's gonna be hard to get everything in here. That's about as best I can get it. I have a, you know, like I said, I have an ultra wide monitor, so I'm trying to make it centered here. But yeah, if anybody needs a website done, we make good business websites in 48 hours, you know. And so, you know, you need a website done, check us out. We can make one in 2 days. You can see our pricing and plans here. Very cheap relative to other web devs. So you need a custom website, hit us up, you know. But yeah, if you need it, I'll post this link if anybody wants to check it out. Let me see if I found anything else. Oh, I just realized it's not actually centered. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just kind of off because there it goes. But yeah, if you want to check it out, there's the link. Let me fix my OBS now. It's all wacky and all over the place. This should fix it. There we go. Big drop in the market though. There we go. That's better. Alright. I gotta add marketing packages. If anybody wants some marketing done, I'll have to add that. But I'm still kind of working on it in my free time. But yeah, big pullbacks. Market's breaking under the VWAP here. If we look at the SPY. I'll message you, Tiny. I'll message you that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna trade anything else. We just got a big pullback. SPY's now in the middle of daily range, intraday range, I should say. And I just don't see anything I like. Maybe a VWAP bounce on MU, but I think with my scalping lately, I'm just gonna hang it up and finish the day. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys home, you know, don't have anything to do, want to get a business page done. Like I said, relative to other places, we do it for cheap. But yeah, guys, like I said, you want to use the same platform as us. I'll post this link. Allows you to actively day trade for really cheap for $3.99. On TEFs, you get a $14,000 account once you're approved, and there's no PDT rules, so you can day trade and short. it operates like a prop firm, and so technically it's an educational package, and you contract for them, and they allow you to day trade their accounts, and that's kind of how they get around the PDT rule. But they give you a course demo account, access to their chat room, and then once you're approved, you get the funded account, which again, $3.99. You get a $14,000 account once you're approved, and you can actually short, and I think that's pretty unheard of. It's a good way for new traders to risk less instead of risking thousands as a brand new trader. To have similar buying power, you can risk $400. But yeah, there's the link for that. Like I said, guys, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got 112 people that hit that like button today, so I appreciate the love, team. I appreciate the support. And later, team.
All right.
Hey, I'm just
Close
about to close it down now. Hitting. Later, guys. Have a good day.
All right,
I just-
guys.